Death stalks the Colonel.
Not good.
He's not the dead body, I hope.
There you are. This could be interesting. There's no shortage of firearms in this neighborhood.
I suspect the solution will turn on geometry, timing, and human nature.
There may be a penny dreadful in it. Look into it, won't you?
Munitions factory. In the rain. Purple. Prescott's body. Lewis Prescott, killed by a single bullet that entered his chest, passed directly through his heart and exited from his back. And there is 2 suspects and 6 clues. Munitions factory banner. The banner for the 11th Regiment of Foot, marked Gold Coast Ashanti campaign. Okay.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
Prescott.
He was a good man. Very honourable. I'm proud to have served under Colonel Prescott in the 11th Foot Gold Coast, Africa. I was on my way here. Heard 2 shots I did, right at the stroke of noon.
2 shots, huh? Blood stain spread in a way that indicates the direction of the bullet. So the bullet was going that way. Bullet through chest, high precision, 12 o'clock. Blood, projections. Regiment insignia. Feather, single white feather.
I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
Big clock. There's a hexagon-shaped bullet lodged exactly below the numeral 12. The clock is still running.
I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
A hole made by hexagonal-shaped bullet. The hole is bloody. Bullet trail. One from there. One from there. Which one? Foreman veteran. Clock.
Bullet hole in the clock. That's a new one. It could have already been there when I arrived at noon. Or maybe it was the second shot I had.
Banner? You gonna tell me about a banner?
Prescott put that up in memory of the time he led a sortie across the Pearl River to outflank Ashanti warriors. Things turned out badly that day. Horrific. We lost several of our comrades. Prescott wanted us to remember them.
Okay, I've got one more clue, which is there. Shooting.
From what I can gather, Prescott was shot almost exactly at 12 o'clock noon. When Colonel Prescott retired from the army, he used his connections and started this munitions factory. He wanted the men that served with him to have work when they left the army. The young lads across the street were fooling with a pistol they'd found. A bullet must have gone astray through the wooden fence. Hit Mr. Prescott smack in the chest. Bloody unlucky for all concerned. Apparently they put the clock there while doing some repairs. It still runs, I notice.
Policeman, he's also kind of a buddy, a friend. Empty munitions crates clearly marked Prescott Munitions number 408. It's basically just facts. So what do we have here for clues? Progression log. Killed by a single bullet through his heart from his back, the blood stains, the banner. Frederick Eberline, policeman shooting, has discovered that Prescott was killed at noon precisely. Believes the guilty party is one of the young boys across the street. Conjectures that they were shooting with a pistol they found and a bullet went astray. Factory states that after leaving the militia, Prescott started the munitions factory and offered work to his former soldiers. States the clock is on the ground for repairs. Notes that it still runs. Jonas Haskett, factory foreman, claims personal loyalty to Prescott. Says that served under Colonel Prescott at the 11th Foot Gold Coast, Africa. Claims he was on his way to the factory when he heard 2 shots right at the stroke of noon. Surprised by the bullet hole in the clock. Claims it must have been recent. Conjectures that it must have been there before noon, or that it was one of the shots that he fired precisely at noon. States that the regimental banner was put up by Prescott to commemorate the men lost in military action. Okay. Indicates that the bullet exited the courtyard. Large puddle of beer, other puddles continue along the street. Puddles of beer. So something hit a beer truck? More spills this way. Drops of beer, drops of beer. Rail depot. Okay, we'll come back here after. Circular bullet hole, we know, handmade by the orphans. Children stood at firing at the range, so they were fairly close. Kid, shooting position, bullet hole. Talk to the kid.
We stood right there on a mark and shot the target. I went to shoot, but there was a loud bang. I was surprised and missed the target completely. It wasn't me who killed the man. I'm no murderer. We found a revolver underneath the lumberyard window. Don't know where it came from.
Impact mark. Appears a small heavy object may have fallen here, perhaps a revolver. Little guy with the funky hat, Prescott.
Him and me like to insult each other. I was a lieutenant under his command in Africa. I love the army. No one questions you when you wear a uniform. Anyways, every morning when he arrived, we'd call out and joke with each other. Yeah. Well, Prescott led a flanking sortie that went wrong. Lots of casualties. Some men called the colonel a coward, but it were really just bad luck. Anyway, he resigned. To make amends, he offered work at his factory whenever one of us left the army.
Shop owner. Orphan. Deep mark. Falling. Something from up higher. Shooter could have stood here. So I have one bullet there. Okay, now let's go check out the barrel depot.
Saw him each morning as I drove by. Seemed like a good sort. We lost an entire barrel of beer, damn it. I heard 2 loud bangs, but thought nothing of it. Later, I found a bullet hole in a barrel. Imagine that, a bullet hole. My lad Samuel might know more. He's around back, tossing trash in the river. The poor lad. Fell on my doorstep a few years ago. He's in a bad way, has some sort of malady. Rides in the back while I make deliveries. Hard worker, very determined.
Driver of delivery cart. There's a small round hole through one of the panels. It is a spent bullet. The caliber of the machine matches the orphan's revolver. So they shot the beer barrel. Trail Depot medicine treatment for trypanosomiasis, a disease which is transmitted by tsetse flies
I
in
believe I should
Africa.
reinterrogate a suspect.
I haven't interrogated everyone yet.
I just drop off beard. Don't pay much attention to people along the way. There was an hole in a barrel. I've got no explanation for that. That's for some sickness I picked up a while ago. Can't remember the name of it.
Backpack flat bears insignia of the 11th Regimental Foot. Oh, something down there. Let me guess, feathers. Dead chicken? Or should I pluck dead white goose? Goose. Bag regiment. Barrel circular. Indicates the bullet X of the courtyard. Handmade by the orphans. Places fire into the target. Puddle of beer. Empty barrel. Earl, orphan, shooting. Claims he was in the act of shooting at the target from the shooting mark when a loud bang surprised him, causing him to miss his target completely. Claims the revolver was found beneath the shop's upstairs window. Claims he served as a lieutenant under Colonel Prescott in Africa. Claims they jokingly exchanged insults with each other every morning. Claims Prescott led a bungled maneuver, either due to cowardice or Prescott's part or bad luck. Men were killed. Prescott resigned his commission. Afterwards, he hired former soldiers at his factory. Prescott each morning as he drove by, heard two loud bangs, and later discovered a bullet hole in the barrel. Directs me to his helper Samuel, who was riding in the back of the cart. Claims Samuel showed up a few years ago, wanted very much to work for him. Notes that Samuel has a sickness. States that Samuel rides in the back of the cart during deliveries and is a very determined fellow. No attention to the people he delivers the beer to. Has no explanation for the hole in the barrel. Claims the medicine is for a sickness he has suffered for some time. Cannot recall the name of the sickness. Shanty Wars. The Shanty Wars were a sporadic series of colonial wars fought by the British Empire in what was termed the Gold Coast, largely modern-day Ghana. Conflict between the Ashanti on one side and the British in alliance with the Fonte on the other erupted 4 times between 1823 and 1896. Eventually, the Ashanti territory was annexed to the rest of the Gold Coast as a crown colony.
What's honest work? Your definition of honor, what
Well, I don't think it's the orphan. I think he was heard the bang. Bullet trail, but no impact. So that's the one that hit the beer.
I should return and find out about this.
Hexagonal. Yeah, go away. Pretty sure that this is the one. But it could have been the bear guy. I don't know. I don't know. How did you shoot the clock? Yeah, because yours is going to the clock. It's gotta be Samuel. He's got the bird. He's got the disease.
I just drop off beer.
No need to get nasty.
How do I accuse someone? What am I missing?
Individually and by the dozen, of every colour and every size. Flowers,
The young
fresh
lads across the street were full.
Don't go home empty-handed.
How do I accuse someone? I've got all the clues. Let's try something here. Why isn't this not working?
You think it's clever to talk about me that way?
You and your master
no need to get nasty.
You think you can bully people because you're a striker? I don't borrow money.
Saw him each morning as I...
You don't want to pay?
Okay, why is this? I think you're broken.